Hey Pyros, Valmir here at Elite. We are at Elite Fireworks of New Hampshire. Now, we are showing the store being a little bit of a mess, but that's kind of like the point of this video because it doesn't always look nice, I guess. But hey, the good thing is we actually are getting inventory because if you've been following us, the aftermath after 4th of July, a lot of the shelves were actually pretty empty. But in today's video, we are actually going to talk about our whole restocking the store process, what our thought process, as well as I'm going to show you some of the papers on how we keep track of the inventory. But the good thing, guys, the store is starting to stock up. Obviously, of course, majority of people, when you shop fireworks in general, this is a very slow time, but we are actually getting ready. If you guys have been following our social media, you do know that in Texas, this will be actually the first season that there will be fireworks sales at Elite Fireworks of Texas outside of 4th of July or New Year's Eve holiday season. While it's a little bit of a mess here, it's the same thing in Texas. They are getting the store ready for October 25th because that's going to be the first day of a new holiday season, the Festival of Lights. Now, here in New Hampshire, obviously, we are stocking up for that as well. Now, the middle sections we actually have not touched yet, beside the fountains, which I showed you over there. Now, I will later on show you all the different new items that we got and do a proper store tour. This whole section, now, before we actually used to have shells here, but we're actually gonna have more cakes even on this side because we got a ton of new cakes. I mean, both in Elite of Texas and Elite of New Hampshire, the largest selection of fireworks we've ever had, which is crazy because you guys do know Elite has a lot of variety. So that's why we've actually had to expand here. So we're gonna have a bunch more cakes on this side as well. As far as shells also, the funny thing is the largest selection of shells in Texas. So 139 total 60-gram canisters, which is a new record for that store. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of work. We had a full truck that came in. So right now, I mean, we haven't even touched the surface. So all of these pallets, these came from Elite of Texas. So we did get a bunch of stuff from Dynamite Fireworks. Now, because we're not very established here in New Hampshire, it just didn't make sense for us to place an order directly from Dynamite here. Basically, Elite of Texas ordered them, arrived in Texas, and then we just added these to the order because we don't need too many domestic items. Don't get me wrong, like for instance, Just Neon by Dynamite Fireworks, it's a very awesome shell, but when we import Raccoon's Neon Skies, in my opinion, it's better. And we sell with a case significantly cheaper. A lot of people are not gonna buy that, but if you like Dynamite, for this example, and you want that specific shell, well, we are the only store basically in Northeast really that is gonna carry that. So that's why we do provide some unique stuff similar to Elite of Texas. But there's, all in all, there's about 70 new items, believe it or not, over here. And obviously I cannot really go on the other side, but it's all full with different items. But typically, as far as our process, so as you can see, because this is a domestic order, obviously there's difference. So for instance, this is pallet 23, pallet 3, the numbers, I hope you guys can see in there, pallet 7. But typically we try to be very organized with our order. So as an example, so P18, that's pallet 18. But I'm gonna show you this one right here, just to give you as an example. Now I did take off the wrapping of this one, but this was pallet 13 that we have. But basically, every order that comes, we do have a packing slip because obviously for those of you, especially, I assume many of you have shopped fireworks in person, but even if you purchase fireworks online, typically you might buy a pallet or two, so it's a little bit different. So this might be something new for you to see. I think it's very interesting because there's not a lot of fireworks companies that showcase the behind the scenes, but basically we do have a packing slip here as an example, but I'll use just this one. I did open the wrappings there. Now if we were to look at items, let's say like Pyro Tsunami, right? So obviously this was item 122, that's the item. Now these two numbers are the ones that are important. That's the quantity that we've ordered, so that's 5 of them. And then that's going to be pallet 13. So it makes it very easy. So for instance, even when we're cross-checking everything, because just like anything that has arrived, we cross-checked and basically we highlight it. Obviously, a little bit of old school doesn't hurt. But anyway, so Pyro Tsunami, there's supposed to be 5 total inside here. And of course, if we were to look at, there's a Pyro Tsunami here. Now I'll move the camera, but on the other side, there's another one. So that's 2, 3, 4, and then the last one is going to be up there, so 5. So basically every pallet that comes, we actually just cross-checked. And yes, for instance, in Texas, before they put any pallets, they are cross-checked. Obviously for any wholesale transactions, they are showcasing they've done this for us, so it makes it very easy. However, though, we want to cross-check before any pallet that comes in the store, because at the end of the day, we need to make sure we keep proper inventory management. So yeah, it is a little bit of a timely process, but usually what I like about the domestic orders is that it's going to fill up all of these small spots that we have in each part of the store. So for instance, we purposely leave these just because there's obviously items that we are waiting for. Now, a lot of the items that we actually import, as an example right here, if we were to show you guys, so all of these raccoon cakes, you can buy the cases as well on the bottom, and you do see the case price on them. Whereas items that we buy domestically, as an example, items right here, so as you notice, there's no case pricing on them because we buy very small quantity of these and we get them domestically. This way we fill up first with all of our items that we buy in huge volume, and then we place our domestic orders, which are going to fill up the spots. We had an order from Bada Boom, which filled up a lot of the Pyro Diablo stuff that we like, as well as then we order from Elite, all the different ones, because if you guys were not aware, like Elite Fireworks of Texas does do wholesale. So for those of you, maybe you are a business watching this, I guess a shameless plug, but if you're interested, you know, you can always reach out to Elite of Texas, and I'll put the contact information below. But yeah, I mean, very competitive national prices when it comes to wholesale. So definitely we'll be able to hook you up. But definitely, just like here in New Hampshire, we are filling up the spots. And all of these that are waiting here in the 200 grams, these are items that are somewhere in one of the pallets in the back. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you something a little bit different, because it's been a while since last time I've given you guys a behind the scene of the inventory. But let me know if you guys do like something like this, and if you guys have any other recommendations, obviously put them in the comments below. But anyway, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you in another video right here on our channel. Bye bye.